I'm 36 years old, and my name is Miles Brennan. I have amassed an empire, not by being the loudest person in the room, but by being the most perceptive. I manage a real estate syndicate that controls the property underneath the businesses that helped me construct it. Block by block, handshake by handshake, from damaged structures in Queens to luxury towers in Midtown. Before I met Camilla Duarte, I had never gambled. At an innovation event sponsored by Forbes, she wore red lipstick like a signature and confidence like a second skin. She didn't merely discuss the future, she laid it out like a plan. She argued that AI isn't just about convenience. It can change a person's healing, breathing, and way of living. I recall the gleam in her eyes when she pitched her startup, Vitalite, a machine learning-powered wellness software that promised precisely tailored dietary regimens, emotional control, and optimized sleep. Not only was I fascinated, I was completely blown away. Within months, I had invested more than the initial $60 million, which was supposed to be just starter money. We scaled and expanded together, but I wasn't gullible. I had attorneys draft robust contract provisions that safeguarded my interests, rights, and future. But Camilla, she had a way of making danger feel like a thrill, like romance. We were married in Tuscany. 6 months later, our spouse tattoos and champagne ran through our veins. She curated our shared life on the 58th level of the Halden Homes, glass-wrapped and skybound, a home that felt like an opulent, aspirational social media feed. We centered our schedules around data for breakfast, power calls for lunch, and espresso shots for dinner. I trusted her. We discussed investor decks and future pilots during brainstorming sessions. Every update she sent me was wrapped in momentum. Rodrigo believes we can quadruple our Latin user base, wouldn't we? We need to pursue Apple Health, maybe Amazon. Madrid's conference is crucial to European expansion. Crisp, scalable, seductive. And then came that night. I didn't bother texting her. I arrived home after 11. Work had spilled over into supper. Our place was always alive at that time of night. The sound of a playlist, the hum of the espresso machine. I stepped straight from the elevator into our home, untied my tie, followed her voice to the glass door. I heard her giggle, a soft melodic tone, and then his voice. Rodrigo. I recognized it immediately. He was supposed to be in Bogotá, meeting with health regulators. But what caught me off guard wasn't his presence. It was the Spanish. My pulse quickened. I stood motionless outside the door. They spoke in code, but not carefully. Spanish was my first language. My mother is from El Salvador. Camilla assumed I was just a monolingual investor, a black card holder in a tailored suit. She was wrong. Understood everything. After the transaction closes, we'll be gone for miles. Nobody will know until it's too late. He gave us the money. Too late. All we have to do is disappear before he starts questioning anything. For a moment, I thought I misheard, that I misunderstood, but every word, every syllable, hit like broken glass. She was staging the death of Vitalite, handing Rodrigo the pieces, leaving me with contracts and smoke. I stepped back, breath shallow, hands shaking, lips dry. We had established trust and affection, but it was a lie, a whisper in disguise. Later that evening, she joined me in the bedroom, radiant, glowing from whatever plan she and Rodrigo had just sealed. She slid into bed and kissed my cheek, as if nothing was wrong. "There's a last-minute investor meeting in Madrid," she murmured beneath the blankets. "I fly tomorrow." I grinned, or at least, I tried to. She glanced at me. "No, I'll be quick. Just in and out. 3 days. Do you need help packing?" My voice was calm. My heart was not. I nodded slowly. "Let me know if you need anything." That night I lay next to her like a statue, staring at the ceiling, reliving every conversation, every password she changed, every excuse, every redirection. She wasn't just leaving me, she was erasing me, but I wasn't going down without a fight. By morning, I had a plan. "Remember to take your magnesium on the flight," I added as she wheeled her bags to the elevator. She always reminded me that I had given her the GPS tracker stitched into the stitching of the little leather pouch she used to store documents. "Your itinerary was successfully forwarded to your email," and she waved, love you too," as the elevator doors closed. I was stoned when I looked in the mirror by the entrance after she left. She had been lying to him for months, but the man staring back wasn't her husband. He had passed away in the meanwhile. I was someone else when I overheard her Spanish confession and saw her kiss me goodnight. Now, I was someone who witnessed the mask and was able to rip it off. The following 12 hours were spent preparing for war. I called Harper to let her know we were live, and then, "Let's," she said, "burn it down." I then duplicated Camilla's devices once more, this time in real time, and observed her check-in. JFK watched her board while I sat in the VIP lounge and followed the GPS on her laptop. She contacted me between takeoff and landing, and she just landed in Madrid in the middle of the flight. "We'll call tonight. Hotel car waiting." I was too occupied cracking Harper, who had already revealed the skeleton of essential items. So we drilled through everything she had attempted to conceal. Using fraudulent vendor invoices, she and Rodrigo constructed a licensing agreement that allowed money to flow down to the muscle. The offshore records for a Portuguese shell buyer showed that Camilla had reorganized her shareholding through a silent merger provision that would take effect 48 hours after her ownership would be sold to Rodrigo's shelf company, giving him complete ownership over the assets. I can still picture myself looking at that document and giggling aloud, not because it was amusing, but because I understood that she truly believed she was intending to get away with it. She forgot that I was the one who made the money and assumed I was just the man behind it. I brought in a new player early in the evening, Delene Morrow, a vicious legal specialist. In the international fraud lawsuit, she responded to Miles Brennan's first ring by asking, "What do you need torn? Apart? Send me the files of everything my wife built behind my back, and I'll handle it from here." She didn't stop there. The moment she identified all questionable activities with 2 European financial institutions and closed the shared corporate account, any surviving lawful property had already started to be moved into a safe escrow under my control. I removed Camilla's access to the board's Slack channel and created a new login for her. I also